This is Mobile Gamer Nerd back with another video for Raid Shadow Legends. So I've had a lot of activity over the last few days since we got Arbiter. Apparently, everybody really likes what's going on here, but I've been getting a lot of questions and a lot of, things about how to get started as a new player. So I figured I'd just make a video about it and kind of just touch base on some of the mistakes that people will make in this game when they're new. I know I made a ton of mistakes. I mean, my current playthrough right now, which is level 70, what, 5? This is the furthest I've ever gotten, and I made all of those mistakes in probably 6 to 10 different accounts that I've either, erased, started with a new email, like whatever. So I've gone through a few playthroughs of this and I've gotten, relatively far. And yeah, there's a lot of mistakes you can make in this game. So we're going to start with most of the basic stuff, and then if it starts getting long, I'll kind of add some stuff, to it maybe in a second video. So the first thing I probably would say is the first mistake that most people make is what to do with your gems when you first start the game. Um, if you're doing the missions down here and you're going through all this and you get through the first section, all right, you're going to get 300 gems. You're going to get a bunch of gems here. You probably get, honestly, in the first week, somewhere around 800 to 1200 gems. If you're really grinding, possibly more. Um, and it's like, what do you do with it? And I know what I used to do on all of my accounts is I would go into the shop and I would claim this. I would go into the gem shop, and the first thing I would do on any account, every single account that I started, was buy this for 900 gems, the big shard pack. Why would you do that? Because then you can get, you might get lucky. You might summon a legendary. You might summon that epic that's going to just beat the game for you. You might get that special hero. And that's the worst thing you could possibly do as a new player in this game. You're behind right now, so you're essentially way behind everybody. You don't have any heroes. It's one giant server where everybody has all these legendaries and have been playing for 2, 3, 4 years, whatever the time they've been playing, and that's what you're up against right now. So summoning the new shiny hero actually might hurt you in the beginning of the game. If you have a brand new legendary, it's going to require somewhere between 5 and 10 times the amount of energy and resources to get that hero to max. All right. And if you get a hero that's just a random hero, that's like, oh, it's a legendary, it's got to be good. And then you waste your legendary books on it, that could set you back months. All right. Literally months because you put the books into the wrong heroes. Um, this is why I would say it's not the best idea. Are there going to be one-offs on this? Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be somebody who pulled literally like the best hero ever, or they pull like a Mashal, or somebody that's like insanely good, and then all of a sudden they just destroyed campaign and got through Nightmare in like 3 weeks. I'm sure those people exist. I'm sure they're out there, but your average player is going to get nothing from this. Your average player is going to get 10 rares, possibly an epic, and that's it. That's what you're going to get. And more than likely, you're probably not going to get anything too great. All right. And it's a gamble. So if you're into gambling and you want to take that shot, then yeah, you could do that. However, what I would recommend as your first thing to do with your gems is to take your starter champion right here, which for me it was Kale. All right. Take your starter champion and immediately get their masteries. All right. That's your first 800 gems. By the time you get that 800 gems, more than likely your KO should be somewhere around level 50, working your way towards 60, possibly sooner if you're like insane and crazy and just, are a farming monster. So this is the first thing you should do. I think people really underestimate how important masteries are to this game. And that would actually be one of the second mistakes is now coinciding with the first mistake. So you just wasted your gems. Now you have to farm these masteries. These masteries take incredibly long to farm if you're a new player. Until you get to stage 15 and can farm them consistently, this will set you back more than almost anything. All right. These final masteries like War Master and Giant Slayer and extra attack when you have full HP and crit rate and crit damage, shields, heals, like extra accuracy, lower cooldowns. Like there's so much stuff in here that will make your heroes infinitely better. This is where you should be focusing. So by doing this for one hero, all right, this is going to change your game. If you have one 6-star hero in this game at the beginning, say the first week or two, we'll just call it 2 weeks, all right? You can do it sooner, but we'll just say 2 weeks. Um, let's just say in 2 weeks, you get a 6-star Kale, all his masteries, and all of his artifacts up to level 16. Let's say you do that. That's your only focus. You just skip everything else. Kale by himself will be able to beat the entirety of the campaign through Brutal. All right. So when you go in here and you go to campaign, by himself, he will be able to do all of this. All right. I don't know. I haven't done this in a while. Let's see what happens. Let's go in here with just Kale. All right. Let's close him up. Okay. Let's get these guys out of here. Let's just go in here with Kale. Now, my Kale hasn't been reset. Let's see if he can win. My Kale hasn't been reset to do campaign farming. So he's a little weird. I don't see why he wouldn't win this. I feel like I would feel like a big douchebag if he didn't win right now. But this is a level 60 Kale, 40,000 power. So he's not even the strongest Kale you've ever seen. I've seen ones that are like 30, 40, 50. Look at that. And we're in Brutal, and he's just doing his thing. This is a slow version because, like I said, I don't have him set up as a campaign farmer anymore. I'm using him in other things. All right. He can beat these by himself. Let's go into the boss. Let's see. Let's go into the brutal boss. Let's start. Let's see what happens. If he gets hit with the block revive, maybe that'll kill him. But other than that, he should be able to do whatever. Because my Kale is now built more defensively. I actually, when I had him as a campaign farmer, he had an attack plus 60 chest. Now he has a defensive chest, so he won't be doing anywhere near the damage that your Kale should be doing at this point. But this is what some people need to understand when it comes to having a hero. All right, there you go. One hero. All right. One hero can beat up through Brutal and get 3 stars. All right. This is why having one hero with their masteries maxed is super important. Okay. The Ascending, the Awakenings, like all of these things on one hero will change your game dramatically. All right. I think I showed in another video that he could actually solo the first few floors of Doom Tower. Like that's how good he is right now. And I don't even have him that great. You could easily make him better. Let's get out of here. So having that one hero at level 60 is the most important thing you could have, a maxed level 60. And that goes for your starting team. All right. So you should be building a team of 5. All right. You should have one nuker, which is more than likely in the beginning going to be your campaign farmer. You should have a healer. And or a speed booster, actually. Apothecary is a great pull. You may not have him. So if you don't have him, you can use Diabolist right here. She is a farmable champion in stage 12, which actually you just saw me get as a drop. So there you go. And you can max her skills by farming her again and again and max her out. All right. An attack up hero right here, Spirit Host, a farmable hero. You can get her. You can farm her if you want. You can use books, whatever you want to do. Farm her up, max her skills. There you go. You have an attack up hero. Then you have Valerie. She is a healing, shielding monster who increases debuffs and lowers debuffs. So, I mean, increases decreases your debuffs and increases your buffs. Let's speak properly. So these are all heroes that you can literally max and pretty much beat most of the content you're going to be doing for the first month or two. And then even after that, you're going to be using all the heroes in some form of another in the game. So having a maxed hero to 60 is by far and away the most important thing for a new player to get. All right. You want your lifesteal on your main campaign farmer, which is what I have on him. Say I have all lifesteal. See, look at this. I have a 4-star boot on the guy. Like we're not even going crazy. The only 6-star stuff I have are these two speed boots. Everything else in the chest, right? Which is a defense flat stat, which isn't even good. It should be a percentage. All right. So this is literally like the bare bones of what you would need for a Kale. Now I do have other bonuses like faction crypt and all that stuff. So that's why he's so high. Great haul, all that stuff. This is what you should be doing in the beginning of the game. The second thing that we need to talk about here is Arena. Arena sucks. Let's just be frank about it. Um, Arena's terrible. But if you want to progress in this game, you're going to really need to make sure that you are using all of your arena tokens. And this goes for tag team also once you unlock it. You should be using all of your arena tokens every single day. I don't care if you're winning, I don't care if you're losing. Use them and try to pick fights that you can win. All right. If you're if you're doing fights that you can't win, you're not going to get points. So here, this is an easy fight. So we go in here and we just win. That's it. Let's go in here and we win. Um, Luckily, it just happened to happen while I was on stream that I got an easy fight. Even if you don't win, who cares? If you see that the fight is going the wrong direction and you know you're going to lose, hit pause, cancel the fight, go to the next fight. Your win ratio only matters to you. Okay, no one else cares. I don't care what your win ratio is. No one really cares. Um, what does matter though, look at this team. This is probably a banging ass team right here. The 200,000 power. I want to fight them just because. Like I want to see if I lose. I might lose. But I'm leaving it on auto too. I want to see what happens. But always use your arena tokens. Oh, I guess not. There you go. I guess they weren't so beastly. Um, use your tokens as much as possible. All right. The reason so is because you're going to get all these medals. All right. And when you're in tag team, you're going to get all these gold bars. And in this bazaar, you can get energy, which is the main ingredient for a successful um, run through in the beginning. The first month, honestly, I think I bought only energy. I didn't buy anything else, maybe a couple books when there was no energy, and that's it. I never bought one ancient shard until literally this is the first one, the countdown you're watching, and we're 207 days in. So this is the first time that I ever bought an ancient shard from here. All right. And then you buy Drexstar, which I obviously have because he's already gone. You buy his shards every time they're available. That one you can wait a month to start because, like I said, energy is the most important. So I would do energy for the first month until you have a solid five team of 60s. Then start every day buying one of these. And then whenever these pop up, buy one of these. All right. And then you'll be where I am, where you can start buying other stuff if you want. Um, and in arena tag team, here's what you want to do for defense. This is a mistake that most people will make. You're not going to be getting to the point where your tag team arena rank is going to matter for a long time. I literally haven't gotten there yet, and I've been playing for 207 days. Um, it doesn't become important until you start getting Ramatu in the missions, and those missions are so insanely hard. Most people aren't going to even touch those missions for at least the first 6 months to a year, possibly longer. If you're an average player who doesn't really like play a lot of time, yeah, you're going to end up not seeing it for over a year and a half, probably. This should be your defense. Put really, literally level one heroes in your defense and lose every single day on your defense hits. All right. This will keep it so that all of your fights are going to be low end fights like these. All right. Where you can win. All right, like look at this. This is what you're gonna get. There's gonna be times where you literally just get this. Oh, that's right. I use them all. You know what? Fuck. No, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Reset's coming soon. But yeah, just beat the easy ones and get all your fights, and then use your refills. You get one refill every single day. You should be using all of your fights. If that means you have to wait, don't use diamonds. Just wait for it to refresh, and then go in and refresh it. And then usually you'll get between I don't know 2 and 7 fights that are easy. I've had times where I've gotten the entire thing was easy. This one doesn't look too bad, honestly. I could probably beat all of these fights if I really wanted to. So yeah, always do that and use your bars for this stuff. It's very important. The more energy you have, the more you can level up those heroes in the beginning. Um, so that's arena. Oop, get out of here. Which also means that you can level up your Great Hall. Okay. Now, this is going against everything that everybody always told me is don't level attack as your first thing. And don't get me wrong, they are 100% right. This is not the right thing to do. But I'm a jerk and I like to do what I want. So I leveled this up because all of the heroes that I use in my clan boss team, in a lot of other areas of the game, were all magic. All right. And they're all magic attack mostly. So I did level this one to 10 as my first. The reason they say don't do this is because crit damage affects everybody. All right, this affects defense, it affects attack heroes, HP heroes. There is no limit on this. So all of your magic heroes will get the bonus from this. This is why you should start here, okay? However, I did attack. All right. So far, I have not regretted it. I don't care. It hasn't affected my game so much that, I would say don't ever do it. I'm just saying that crit damage is probably better, accuracy is better, resistance for the late game. So if you want to set yourself up better for the late game, I would focus my areas in here. All right. And even defense and HP is probably a good idea because you can't go wrong with defense. I would pick defense over HP, but yeah, that's what I would start with. But as you can see, I'm not really that far behind. I'm literally leveling these up to, 3 now. We're starting to move up in the Great Hall. My Great Hall isn't exactly the best, but it's not bad. Okay. But yeah, you want to probably focus this side. But in order to do this, you need medals. And in order to get medals, you have to do the arena. Okay. Oh, let's get out of there. Now, another problem that people have is they don't they don't know that certain things exist in this game. All right. One of those things is right here in your clan. All right. Now, before we continue, I would say that one of the biggest mistakes that people make with clans is if you're in a clan that doesn't play and isn't active and all your members are red, leave the clan. You go up to here to the settings, all right, and you leave clan right there. Click it. And here's the fun part. There's no limit to how many times you can leave a clan. You can leave and join another clan as much as your heart desires. Okay? There's no time lost. There's no, oh, you can't join the clan for this time. Like, you just leave and then join another clan. And keep doing that until you find one that's active. That's the most important thing in the beginning. Once you start moving up, you want to be in a clan that is the same level as you. And what I mean by that is that they're doing the same level of the Demon Lord. They're pushing through on clan versus clan. Like those are the things that really matter. Clan versus clan. If your clan isn't winning, you could be missing out on anywhere between 800 and 1500 energy every single time there's a clan versus clan pop up. All right, you're going to lose shards, you're going to lose chickens, you're going to lose books, you're going to lose all of these things by staying with a clan that is not active just because either you feel some sort of way about the people in there or you like one person. If that's the case, tell that person that you're going to leave and then message them with your new clan and tell them to join that clan. That's what you should do. Do not stay in a clan that is not focused. All right. You will lose way too much. Almost every 2 weeks, you're going to be losing 800 to 1500 energy and all those extra supplies and shards and stuff. So yeah, get out of that clan if it sucks. The other thing is clan quests in here: basic, expert, and elite. Most people don't even know these exist. All right, you get clan gold for completing these quests. I didn't even realize these existed for probably about 4 months. So yeah, you're not alone. Take quests that you can beat. Don't take a quest that is hard. Like don't come into expert and pick a thing like get an epic void champion. This might not happen. You only have a week. All right. You only have a week for this to happen. Um, and then see right here, 5 days. If you don't finish that in 5 days, you lose that gold. All right. Pick ones you can beat. Now, this one, win a rare shield from campaign. This one, you go to the boss level of a anyone you want. I would go to normal and just farm the boss of a normal stage that has because it's you want to use the least amount of energy to complete this. All right. Now these only drop from bosses in campaign, so you can't farm stage 12 3 and get this. You have to go into a boss level. So what I usually do is I just go to the first stage because then you can farm Valerie or Conqueror or whatever. I'll just go to the first stage in the castle and I'll farm that boss until I get a rare shield, and that's it. It doesn't matter what stage. I do it on normal. It costs I think what 5 energy per run. You can bang out 20 runs and hopefully get one. So that's an easy one. There is an elite version of that one. I don't think I have it in here now, but there is an elite version where you get 3. Just know that if you do take that one, it takes a lot of energy. So only do it if you have a lot of spare energy. Don't like cut into your leveling and your building and masteries just to win 3 rare shields. Save that for later. But this is an easy one you can do and still get 200 coins. And then you go into this clan shop. You can buy shards for a legendary hero, which will take a while for you to get, just so you know. If you're doing this every week, it'll take you 20 weeks to get this legendary. All right, you can get her, and she's actually really good. But yeah, this is a rotating situation. You can get brews, chickens, silver. You can get rare books. You can get energy, and then later on you can get this stuff. Now, I would say personally, I would only get energy once again from this for the first month. If you're really trying to get Yannicka, go ahead. You can start buying hers, but then you're not going to get any skill books or energy. What I do is I get energy first. If skill books pop up, at least for the first month or so, maybe even 3 months, I I probably would buy skill books from here because I use them to get my main heroes maxed, and 5 skill books every week that they pop up is nothing to nothing to scoff at. So energy at first, then books, um, and then whatever else garbage you want to get. I did buy a couple of accessories here. These are definitely good. You get revenge accessories, and they're 5 or 6 star. That could skyrocket one of your 6 stars immediately. So even if you go for the first week, maybe go for a random chance. That's up to you if you want to take it. Once again, it's a gamble, so don't think that this is the right thing to do. It's just is what it is. If you have extra clan gold and you want to use it, I only have 10 of his fragment because I'm waiting to get her to really start pushing on him because I want her first. She's easier to get, and this guy might take a while. So yeah, that's it. So clan that actually works. Do your clan quests every week, and use a clan shop. All right. Let's get out of here. Next, for the actually one more thing in clan is the clan boss. Um, when you go into clan boss, do the level that you can do. What you want is you want to be able to get this last chest on any time you do this. So if you're, let's say you are doing, let's go into normal real quick. This is 3 million. Let's say you can only do 600,000 damage, maybe. All right. If you do this one at 600,000 damage, you're only going to land in the adept chest. All right. Which doesn't have much of anything. Okay. If you go into easy and you have to do 600,000 and you get this one, you have a chance for a book. So you get better rewards from getting the last chest. So it's in your best interest to spend your time here to get to this. So you would do this twice. And then you would go into normal and just get as much damage as you can. And then once you're able to do this one in one key, maybe two, that's when you would start. And if you can beat it, we'll just say if you can beat it, then you would move into hard. You would do this one to get this reward and then move into hard with your extra keys. And then you just keep doing that all the way until your clan eventually will hopefully reach ultimate nightmare because those rewards are really important. And then getting to nightmare is one of the most important things ever because this is the first time that you get sacred shards and legendary books and all those other things for doing the demon lord. So this is a big one, is getting to nightmare at least to get your sacred shards because even a chance of getting one, I've gotten one so far from there, but even one is a chance, and that's good. Okay, so that's clan boss. Let's get out of here. All right, so what else do we do? The forge. This is a great place that I wouldn't waste the pieces in here. I just did because I had some quests I had to do, so I had to basically forge a bunch of stuff. um, I would save a lot of this. Maybe just make. I would say perception and resilience would be your best bets until you get into Doom Tower. I would just forge these, and most of these sets will work really well. And then once you get into Doom Tower, Fatal's a good one to farm. Really, it's really easy to get. The boss is easy. You can get to the purple one relatively quick, but either way, forge those. But save these charms here. All right. Save them for when it actually matters, for when you're actually doing 6 stars. Or if you're doing a quest that requires you to have to forge an epic and you're trying to do it fast, I've done that too. This is the least amount of things that I've ever had in my forge right now. Like I'm basically at ground zero right now. Like if I was gonna forge this, let's see, do I have anything I can do 6 star? No, I don't. Like I said, I use it all. If I had like this and I had the ability to forge a 6 star, that's the time that you would use the charms. All right. So that's forge. Oh, and you can also use the forge if you have a bunch. Say you have like 100 here, you can just forge the 3 to 4 stars with your all your blues. If you have a bunch of extras, just forge them and then sell them immediately, and you can get a lot of silver doing that. All right. So that's that. Let's see a couple other mistakes that people can make with gems and some other things. So the mine. This is a very tempting proposition. If you were to use your gems to unlock this, it would cost you 1,500 gems to fully unlock it from day one. That's basically 2 heroes masteries max. Okay. Now, once you lose those gems, you have to get more gems to get your masteries if you're going to buy your first few heroes. Now, this is probably an area, once again, where some people will argue, and that's fine. This is just from my experience. Don't touch this thing. Leave it alone until you are at a place where you have spare gems and it's actually going to matter. If you used all of your gems in the beginning to get the first 4 heroes masteries max, okay, What does that do? It helps you beat tournaments, beat missions, beat all the content. It lets you be able to participate in certain tournaments and things that might get you more gems. You will get more gems from tournaments, and just even if you're just doing the first like one, two, or three tiers of every single one. And most of those don't take long. Like some of them, like the upgrading gear, usually you can upgrade one piece of gear to like 12, and you'll get like the first one or two blocks. And usually the first two things that you get in a tournament are silver and gems. So by having heroes that can complete those missions quickly and being able to have silver saved up and banked to be able to do those missions, you're going to get way more gems than this thing's ever going to give you. All right? Ever. Literally ever. But once you have spare gems and you unlock it, now you're getting 15 gems every day for free. So, yeah, I think I unlocked this thing, I think 4, maybe 5 months in. That's about how long I waited to do it. It's not going to help you right off the bat. If you put in 1,500 gems, you're getting 15 per day. All right. 15 times 10 is 150. 150 times 10 is 1,500. All right. So it's going to take you, what did I just do? 100 days to get back your investment. So are you willing to wait 3.5 months to get your gems back? Or do you want 4 heroes that can do all the content and beat stuff, and you can move forward and get gems in other places? What do you think is going to help you more? That is why I say don't touch this for at least 4 months, unless you're spending money, in which case, who cares? Unlock it whenever the hell you want. Market, same thing. Unlock 8 slots. That's it. Stop here. All right. Once you move in and you have all your heroes maxed and you have like your all your stuff, yeah, start moving your way down. I think I unlocked this last section maybe 3 or 4 months in. I don't remember exact times. It's been a while, but yeah, don't worry about unlocking all of this. All right, you're going to be tempted. There's going to be a shard in here that's ancient, and you're going to want to buy it. Don't do it. Um, Another mistake that people make. Here we go. This is a big one. I would say probably it's in conjunction with two things. There's two things. Here's the first one: thinking that shards are going to make your game better. Um, we kind of already discussed this. Now, as you can see, this is a mystery shard only run. I haven't pulled any of my ancient shards or my voids or my sacreds. Um, don't think that this is important, because what's going to end up happening, let's say I pulled all of these, more than likely I'm going to get one, maybe two legendaries out of this. All right. That's probably what I would get. Maybe 10, 15 epics. Who the hell knows what the numbers are? I would say that's even pushing it, unless it was during a 2 times event. Um, but what does that mean? It basically means that now I have 253 more heroes that I have to build. I have 253 more heroes that are going to take my resources, take my books, take everything, take my silver. They're going to take it all from you. All right. This is the game that Raid plays. They want you to keep pulling heroes because it stops you from actually building heroes. All right. What happens is that you should be building the heroes that you have. All right. We just got Arbiter at 200 days, and I have 24 heroes as of this second now. This We just got Lord Legionary. He's going to be 60 soon. So I have 24 heroes to level 60. These 24 heroes will help me more than you having 100 heroes that are just a mess. Like literally, when I say a mess, I mean your heroes will look like this. All right, your masteries are not going to be done. I can't show you skills not being done because all mine are done, but you're going to have heroes with no masteries. They're going to have gear that's all over the place. Like you're probably have them looking like this. You'll have a bunch of heroes that are like 52, 56, 58. They're going to have some gear that's not maxed. They're going to have no ascensions. They're going to have no, awakenings. They're going to have like this will be like, oh, we'll have two here, one here, and you're going to have your masteries not really done or half-assed because you didn't feel like doing 30, 100 million heroes masteries. You're going to get yourself confused. From what I've learned from this playthrough is that literally the best thing you can do is build your heroes one at a time. Now, we already talked about the first 5. You want to do Kale, you want to do War Maiden, you want to do Spirit Host, Valerie, and then either Apothecary or Diabolus. After those five are done, what do? There's nothing wrong with leveling heroes. Let me say that. I will never say there's anything wrong with leveling heroes. All right. We have a full vault of 117 heroes. I'll say 115 or 114 because I have some dupes in here that are going to be for the fusion for Raisin. But leveling heroes is never a bad thing. This helps faction wars. All right. So having your heroes in the vault that are just leveled will not hurt you in any way, shape, or form. And if there's a hero you don't like or just decide that you never use, then pull them out of the vault, level them to 5-star, and feed them to someone else to make a 6-star. Leveling a hero is never bad. All right, so here we go. We got 3 here. All right, this is important. Leveling your heroes. That's what I did. So now I leveled a few heroes to 60. All right, with the first 5, and then I started building one at a time. So we did Jizzo. All right, he helped me beat Scarab King. Once he was maxed in level 60, he was done. So now I move on to a new problem. All right, what's my problem? Clan boss is bad. So now we build Frozen Banshee, and if you get Grave Chill, you build her next. And there you go, your clan boss is better. Oh, look, I have Coffin Smasher. I needed an HP burner, so I built him. All right. I needed turn meter control, so I ended up building Soulbond, and she fixed another problem for me. I needed heal reduction, and I needed help in Fire Knight, so we built Crimson Slayer. This is how you build your teams. You slowly build one hero at a time that can help you beat content, and then later on, this hero will help you beat other content. Once she's built, she can now help me in Faction Wars. She can now help me in Spider. She can help me in Fire Knight. She can help me in Doom Tower. She can help me in the Potion Keep. One hero has multiple uses. Um, so building one hero to max is literally the best thing you could do in the beginning. And then as you hit walls, like this is the wall I hit in the beginning with Doom Tower. I couldn't beat Scarab King. That's why he was the first one I built. And I put him in HP Destroy. I gave him a ton of defense, and we built up his skills. We maxed his skills, and we did his masteries, and boom, Scarab dead. All right. He beat it actually by himself my first try. Not first try, my first run through and beating him. So yeah, you definitely want to build them one at a time and max them. This one hero max can help you in tons of areas. I use him in tag team. I've used him in numerous Doom Tower bosses. I've used him in dungeons. Like he's an awesome dude. Um, and there's basically, I would say, there's almost no hero that building them would be a bad thing. And the one thing I tell everybody is if you're unsure of a hero, get them to level 40, try them out in some areas, give them some decent gear. If they don't work at 40 with decent gear in like at least somewhat of a respect, then just stop building them and find someone else. That's the best way because then that hero can turn into a chicken. All right. Um, the other thing that I see on a lot of videos is skills. Now, this is why I said summoning a ton of heroes can be a problem. Um, there's heroes, and I know a lot of videos that are out there where they say only level skills to where they need to be, which is true to an extent. What I would say is that's not the way to go. I would say your best bet is to level certain hero skills to max. And that's because the only way to truly get the full benefit from a hero and make them really work in the later game is to have their skills maxed. Um, like here, you don't need this. All right. I don't need 15% damage. All right, here. I don't need 5% shield. Him, we need provoke. All right. That's important. So if you get the cooldown here, a lot of people might say, okay, stop there because he can provoke on 3 turns now or 4 turns. Sorry. Um, and that's where you stop. But now you're losing 20% shield, which is nothing. That's not a small amount. Like 20% shield is a lot at level 60. All right. 15% damage at level 60 is a lot. Like that's a ton of damage. Um, yeah, you definitely want that. So having heroes that are half-ass built aren't going to help you anywhere near as much as someone who's fully built. What I would say is my advice would be to build your rares first. Max them out, any of the good ones. All right, go online, do some research if you want, if you're unsure of who to build. Pick your main rares and max their skills. All of these heroes are max skills, all of them. All right. Even the ones that take, look at this. This is what, 6 and 8. This one took 14 books, 14 books into him. That's why it's so important that you do the clan quests and that you do some of the tournaments like the early stages to get the books and things. You don't need to finish them. You just need to get the book. Um, and yeah, just finish them. Get them done, max them out. And then once you start understanding the game better, that is when you should start working your way into epics, because epics are not as hard to get books for as legendaries, but they are still, relatively rare. All right, legendaries, I wouldn't put a book into any of these heroes until you know what you're doing. Now, Syl, I would say to me is someone I would max immediately. Drexstar is someone I would max immediately, and now Arbiter is definitely someone I'm going to max. I have no more books because I finished them, but maxing these two got me to get Arbiter. That's what got me. I by maxing these two, I got Arbiter. All right. Can you do it without it? Sure. It might take you longer though. It could take an extra month, maybe 2 months. I don't know what the actual time frame is, but these guys got me through Nightmare Campaign. Like they literally just boosted my account by maxing them. So don't think that having 100 heroes half-assed built is going to be better than having 24, even 10, honestly, 10 heroes or 5 heroes that are level 60 is going to progress your account. It's going to do way more for you. Um, so yeah, mastery's done, skills done, artifacts to 16. That's what you should be doing for your top 5 heroes, and then move your way one by one. Um, and like I said, this is totally up for debate. This isn't like, oh, this is the only way to do it. I'm just saying, from my experience, this is what you should do. Altar of Souls. Here's what you should do. I don't ever summon Immortal Soul Stones. All right. Well, one, because I only really have a bunch of rares. I do have a few epics from the logins and some legendaries. My wish list is now my current legendaries that I have that I can actually use. And I have a couple of epics in here that are either really important to me or that I am trying to get the first star for. So I'm trying to get 1 star for him. Once I get his 1 star, I will probably go back in here and put Dark Alhain back in. But for now, we're just going to put him in there. Confirm. All right. And then these are I keep my clan boss heroes in here, and Valerie I use everywhere. So that's why I'm keeping them here until I get them 6 star. And if I get a 6 star for them, then I pull them out and I'll move to another one. So far, it has not happened yet. So you got a while. What I would do is, as you get these coins right here, go into Mystic Market. All right. You're only going to be buying Mortal Stones with the ones you farm. And then you go into Soul Merchant and you literally just buy the hero's first star. That's all you need. You just need the first star to get this started. All right. After that, you're going to get some good ones that are, yeah, you just randomly summon. So it's going to happen. But the ones that you use the most, all right. So like your clan boss teams, your campaign farmer, your any dungeon that you're having trouble with and you have a hero that you really need to build, come in here and just save these coins up as much as possible and buy the first level. That's it. It's 7 for epics. It's 2 for these. I have never I have never bought one of these for a legendary yet. I was close to it, but then I accidentally pulled Syl, so I didn't need to buy it. All right, I have a ton here. Let's look at my soul collection. I have a ton in here, so I do have some good ones. I have my 6 star Bogwalker. I do have a bunch of decent heroes that are going to be good if I ever get them. I got the Bird Girl here. We've got a 4 star Trunda, 4 star King right here, 3 stars on a couple other good ones. So yeah, you're going to pull random ones that are decent. All right, but the ones that you're missing, get them. It makes a huge difference. Almost all my heroes that are rares have the Phantom Touch, and it increases your damage tremendously. So don't sleep on the Awakenings, and don't waste your chances on random pulls. Just buy them. It's way easier, and it's not as hard as it sounds. In the beginning, it will be difficult, and you're like, this is crazy, but eventually you're going to be like, holy crap, I have a lot. Look at all these heroes that I have, ascensions on. I saved up my coins. No, actually, I got him as a summon. I bought him at level 3, and then I randomly got him at 4, like a week later, which is fine actually because you get coins for upgrading him anyway for the 3 stars that you lost. So that's good. Um, Other things that people do wrong in the beginning is not paying attention to their gear. Um, you really need to make sure that your gear and your team is built correctly. You need to speed tune your team so that your speed booster, which is the person who increases your turn meter, which is what Apothecary does, you need to make sure he has the highest speed, and then you move your way down. Your attack up hero, which in my case is Spirit Host, has the next highest speed, 209, and then you move down. Your defense down hero right here. Boom. 190. That's the next speed. And then you move all the way down to your damage dealer, who should have the next highest, which is 180. Um, this speed is not high, these speeds. This is just to show you that you need to have like that, like it needs to go in order. All right. Because if you don't do that, what's going to happen is he's going to attack without having attack up. And then she's going to put defense down. She's going to put attack up. And then your hero is going to boost the speed and your turn order is going to be a mess. You're not going to kill anything, and then you're going to get killed. All right. I can't stress how important speed tuning a team is. It's like literally the most important thing ever. Okay, so pay attention to your speeds, even at low level. Um, Making sure that your speed is good. If you have a hero like this in the beginning, Kale's going to be super fast, and this is what I said in my previous video, like way back in my one of my first videos. It's just that's life. He's going to be the fastest hero you have for the first like week or two. Just deal with it. All right. And then once you get the speed gear on whoever your speed lead is, just get him to the highest and then work your way down to Kale. Okay. Get everybody above Kale, and then that you're good. If you can get every single hero on your team with higher speed than Kale, you win. And then don't touch the speed again until you get your speed lead like him higher in speed. So if you want this guy to have more speed, find a new speed boot that's 6 star or 5 star or whatever the next level from where you are is. Get his speed up to like I would get his speed up to like 250. And then I can go back and adjust the rest of my team because as you can see, she has a speed with attack 40%. Why do I have it? Because if I put a speed boot on her, she's going to be faster than my attack up and she's going to be faster than my um, speed booster. All right. So don't do that. That's a mistake you can make. Boop, boop. All right. Tournaments. I've said this in so many videos, but I'm going to say it again. Tournaments aren't your focus when you first start this game. The only thing that matters are tournaments that you can win, guaranteed, which once you get to Tag Team Arena, once you unlock that, you should be able to get all of these points if you're doing all your fights every day. Okay? You should be able to finish every single tag team tournament to max without ever buying another refill. If you're doing every single time, 2 times a day, if you miss one, it's 15 gems. It's not the end of the world. Just buy it. All right. Um, and finish this. That's it. Just finish these because it's free energy, it's free chickens, it's free coins, free everything. We will be finishing this tournament. All right. However, there's going to be a tournament like this fire tournament. This one, however, if you're in the beginning of the game, is it worth it going for this book? I'm going to say, for me personally, I don't think I would do it because of how long and how much energy it would take in the beginning of the game. We're talking like the first month. It's going to take to get that. Now, if you are farming Fire Knight already for a quest, let's say you're on farm the Fire Knight 10 times and you got points in it already, then I would say yes. If there's a dungeon diver event going on that's in conjunction with this, then I would say probably yes. If there's a certain gear set you need from Fire Knight that you need on a hero to beat a certain stage, yes, then 100% this is worth it. Do it because now you're getting 3 rewards instead of 1. Okay, so you got to make sure that you're paying attention to what you're doing when you're doing it. The other thing that people don't know is that right here, this little thing right here that says EXP, click on it every once in a while. All right, I've done it where I've farmed for a day. I put it on auto and my EXP boost wasn't up, and I was leveling heroes and I wasted all my energy. Um, don't level heroes without the EXP boost. All right, you get these from tournaments, you get these from clan versus clan, you get them from the advanced quests here. You get a 3-day here. You can get some in some of the weekly quests, I think. I don't remember if it was in there or was it monthly. I don't remember. I know you get them from everywhere. All right, save them. If you get one in here, all right, see these? Like this one's going to run out in 4 days. I don't know if I'm going to need it in the next 4 days. So I'll wait to use it. If I'm still champion training after a day and 14 hours and I still need it, I'll pop that one. Otherwise, I have this one, which is good for 62 days. So just in case something happens where you need to level a hero fast, this will pop up. You can just use this. All right. So save these as much as possible. Don't just use them all because if you do that, the clock's constantly ticking. This way, I know I have 24 hours of EXP boost if I need it. Okay. Uh, Other mistakes that people make, I guess, is thinking that you can't beat stuff because you don't have the hero. This is a big one. Let me just show you something. Let's see if we can curtail that. I don't know if that was the right use of that word, but if it's not, write a comment and tell me I'm an ass. All right, let's look. So let's talk about Fire Knight for a second because that seems to be one of the ones that everyone has trouble with. Let's get. Is it you? No, it's not you. We're gonna find you guys. I should have pulled it before I started, right? Then I would have known because I kind of knew I was gonna pull my Blood Braid and met this chick. 2 collection. All right. So for Fire Knight, I use Crimson Slayer. Now, If you watch my videos, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, you can beat it with Crimson Slayer." Now I'm going to wait to find Crimson Slayer. You don't have to wait to get Crimson Slayer. All right, you do not at all. All right, hit her skills. She has a sleep on her A1. She has turn meter 50%, and she has a heal reduction. Now, all great skills for Spider, great for or Fire Knight, all that. Let's take a look at Prosecutor. All right. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 20% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter. What? On her A1. Okay. So this is on her A1 that she can decrease turn meter. Isn't that special? So Crimson Slayer has her turn meter on a cooldown, a rather long cooldown, if I may say so myself. I know because I use her. This is your A1. All right. So you have a 20% chance 2 times basically of getting your turn meter reduction. And if you leveled up her skills, you'll get a 10% extra chance. So 30% chance twice. Right here. Attacks all enemies and has a 50% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed buff. Decreased speed is by far and away the most important thing you could ever have on a hero because it lowers the speed of the boss. And then if you have turn meter control, basically they're slow and they never get a turn because you keep dropping their turn meter. So this hero is really good here. Now, attacks one enemy 3 times, also a great skill for Fire Knight. Places 50% increase accuracy buff. Ooh, even better. Now she'll always land her stuff. And each hit has 30% chance of placing 100% heal reduction. So, this hero, in my personal opinion, which I have never used, but just basing it on her skill set, I've never used her at level 60, so I don't know. So don't go and build her and then get mad at me. But I am saying that this hero right here can be your Crimson Slayer. You can use her in place of it. Just put her in some lifesteal, and you're good. Actually, that's what I had her in when I was using her. Just put her in some lifesteal, and she's good to go. You have a Crimson Slayer. Let's look at Bloodbraid. I'm actually building her because I'm curious. I was curious about her. I wanted to try her out. She's actually kind of fun. I like her. Right here, she has a provoke, which could be good for one of the Doom Tower stages, which is very nice. She attacks 3 times and has a 25% chance of granting an extra turn, which is nice for taking the shield down. All right, she has 100% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns and heals the champion by 30% of the damage dealt. Now, this one I would say is not as good as those two, but can she get you through Fire Knight? Yeah, 100%. 100%. I have no doubt in my mind that if this hero was level 60, I could put her in place of my Crimson Slayer and bring my Armiger in there and bring somebody else with turn meter reduction to help do that and then just keep the heal reduction from her. Now, I think with her, yeah, this is a 100% chance of heal reduction. That means you every single time you're getting a heal reduction, right? I mean, that's awesome. Because that's the skill. Places 100% heal reduction for 2 turns. There's no 30% chance. There's no 20% chance. It's 100%. That means you can always keep that guy on lock if you have a couple turn meter specialists. She can put the heal reduction down, and then the shield going back up isn't even really going to matter because you can get the shield down quick with your heroes that hit 3 times, and then boom, heal reduction. He's not going to gain any health, and then you're back to smacking him in the face and taking his damage. You don't have to have the turn meter control constantly to win. It is the best option because not getting hit is the best option, but that's it. So don't think that any hero you build is the only way to build it. Don't ever watch a video and say, oh, that's the way to beat it. That is not the way to beat it. It's not the way to beat it. There's always, always another way to beat it. Okay. You just got to find it. Dig through your vault, pull all your heroes out one day, and just literally look at all their skills. I guarantee you'll find a hero that can do the thing that you need them to do that can match any one of my heroes that I have right here. Even my legendaries, I guarantee you there's somebody that can possibly do the job that they do if you look hard enough. Okay. Obviously, some of them are harder to do than Syl. She's hard to replace, but it is possible. But literally any of these other heroes, all right, you can replace them. So don't get bogged down by hero collecting and thinking that you don't have the hero to beat it. Don't get bogged down by, somebody telling you have to do something. This game's about having fun. Go have fun. Play the game how you want to play it. If you want to waste all your books on a bunch of heroes and then have a bunch of half-ass heroes, if that makes you happy, then who am I to stop you? That this is just for people who really want to get the most out of their resources and progress their account quickly without really spending money or without worrying about a shard that they didn't get, or a hero they didn't get, or a fusion they didn't do. I don't do any fusions. I don't do any of that crap. It's a waste of time. And then you're logging in every day because you're like frantic, and it doesn't make the game's not fun. The game is not fun anymore. So don't do those things. Ultimately, I think you should have fun and do what you want. Play how you want. These are just some helpful tips. I'm sure there's a bunch I missed, but this is already longer than I thought it would be. Um, so maybe I'll do a part two of common mistakes, and we'll touch base on some other stuff. Um, and yeah, that's really it. Hopefully you guys got some info out of this, and if not, then I'm sorry. You are much smarter than I am. All right. So this is Mobile Gamer Nerd. Hope you guys all have a good time. If you're just starting the game, good luck. Feel free to drop a message if you need help. I do answer all my comments at this moment, probably because I have 50 subscribers, but who knows? Even maybe I can manage it when I hit 1,000. We'll see how it goes. All right. So you guys have a great day and take care.